Welcome to the worst campaigns in political history. Today's candidate is Arthur Meighen. Arthur Meighen was the Prime Minister of Canada on two separate occasions in the 1920s. A member of the Conservative Party, he first assumed the prime ministership on July 10, 1920, succeeding Sir Robert Borden. Borden had previously won a large majority government in 1917 on a unionist ticket, creating a temporary coalition with a number of Liberal MPs to lead Canada through World War I. However, after Meighen took power, that unionist coalition began to fracture. Some of the former Liberals returned to the Liberal Party, while others formed an agrarian interest party called the Progressive Party. Plus, Canada was not spared by the post-war global recession, and there were still tensions over a wartime conscription crisis in Quebec and Meighen's quashing of a labor strike in Winnipeg. However, against the advice of fellow higher-ups within the Conservative Party, Meighen requested Parliament's dissolution. An election was called for December 6, 1921. Going into the campaign, one of the major issues facing the country were tariff policies. Since Confederation, the Conservatives had always supported steep tariffs, and their support tanked among farmers in the prairies as a result. Prime Minister Meighen knew that he had to win people's minds on this issue and others, and so he set out across the country, delivering hundreds of campaign speeches in an attempt to recover lost ground. Though Meighen was renowned as a prolific orator, he made the mistake of defending wildly unpopular party positions to the people most disaffected by them. For instance, most of his speeches in the agrarian provinces out west were in support of the Tories' tariff policies, and his speeches to the Quebecois in defense of conscription didn't earn him many friends either. When all the votes were counted, the Conservatives have been throttled, losing 104 seats and finishing in third. The Progressive's strong anti-tariff stances helped them snatch up the vote in the prairies, earning them 58 seats. In first place came a revived Liberal Party, securing 118 seats, the exact number needed for a majority. Meighen even lost a seat of Portage-la-Prairie, Manitoba, to a progressive farmer named Harry Leader. This election would be the first triumph for an up-and-coming politician named Mackenzie King, who would begin his 21 years as Prime Minister on December 29th. Arguably, the main reason Meighen lost this election was Meighen himself. Instead of trying to revise his more unpopular policies, he instead tried to defend them before voters that saw no benefits from them. These moves only served to drive more people away from the Tories, further preventing a renewal of the Unionist coalition. No amount of eloquent speaking could stop the bleeding. Meanwhile, Mackenzie King had managed to reunite the Liberal Party, which had split in twain over the conscription debacle during the war, and that was enough to eke out a tiny majority, later buffered by minor parties offering King their support. In 1925, Canada held another election, which the Conservatives actually won. However, Arthur Meighen would not become Prime Minister again until June 28, 1926, during the fallout of the King-Byng affair, which I have a whole video on. However, he'd lose power again after the Liberals won the elections held later that year, stepping down as the Tories' leader September 25th. If you wish to learn more about Meighen, King, and the elections discussed in this short, then check out the full video link below. And remember, drink your water and stop falling over.